Okay, welcome everybody to coming our webinar. So today our topic, what we're going to talk about is Grow Beyond. And first, what I want to say about what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about growing and how to grow beyond. But how many times you have asked questions in your mind, maybe you have said even loud, how I can grow? It's like, I want to grow more, but how I can do it? I have asked that questions. So maybe you have also asked.
I think everybody in business is asking that question.
Yeah, because we always want grow, but question is how, and of course how to get that grow like highest and best way, because there is many ways to grow, and we don't want all all the options how to grow. Or have you say in your mind or aloud that I'm stuck on this? So feeling that things doesn't go that fast, or you are going in the circles, repeating same things and hoping someday this will change and I can go beyond of this. But sometimes we're just feeling that I just can't grow beyond. This is level where I can already get, but I don't feel it's possible for me to grow beyond what I already have achieved. It could be in our life, but it could be also in our business. It depends. Do you have your own business or no? Our intention for this webinar is to share so much value that you can benefit and get ideas and get like tools how to start grow beyond. It doesn't matter, is it like money or business or relationship, but you can start to grow. So intention, what we want to put to this webinar is that you can give the power to start grow your prosperity in your life. How's that sounds?
Yeah, I like it.
Perfect. So my name is Paula Heinonen. I live in Finland. And my background in, I would say, actually 10 years ago, I feel it that I was so stuck. I want to grow. I want to learn to do something new and new skills and grow business. But I feel it that it's impossible for me. It could be possible for others, but I didn't feel I have that capacity and skills and mindset that I can grow in that level. What I see, this is the point where I want to go. So I studied many years about prosper mindset, money mindset, how our thoughts and feelings, how they affect to our prosperity and what is possible for us. And that's what I and probably Marla want to share also today. So how we can create in that prosperity life and what kind of tools we can use that we can start to creating beyond what we already have. So that journey put me to study like how to invested stocks and how to doing trading. So I learned a lot in that journey, but also how important our mindset is if we want to prosperity and abundance in our life. It's like 80% of that. So that's my background, and I'm really passionate to help people to get from that point that they feel that I'm lacking something, that or I don't have tools to start to prosper their life. So I really want to inspire and help people that they can start to thrive in their life. But how about you, Marla?
Okay. Hi, guys. It's great to have you here. We're so excited for you to be with us. Yeah. So, Paula, prosperity has been something that I think I've been focused on for a very long time. My first step into business, though, was in 2007. After my husband got wounded in Iraq, I was really trying to figure out how we were going to be able to do things a lot differently because I needed to spend a lot more time at home. And so I actually started a business. It was a good business, but it was also the one I could afford then, right? Selling nutritional products, and we sold to doctors' offices for 10 years all over the country, and I got very lucky. We were very successful with that. And during that time, in order to grow my business, I went to a lot of networking events. I ended up ultimately having the opportunity to start and help run a number of networking groups in and around the DC region. Right, I got to be a regional trainer for BNI for some of their programs, and I just found that I was constantly teaching about money and prosperity and growth to the teams I was working with. I got an opportunity to sit on the board of directors for several nonprofits, and I just had lots and lots of desire to help people prosper wherever they were, because I knew what it meant to me. And during that time, I was really privileged. I had a mentor who really taught me a lot about money and the importance of money. And, he used to say, money just makes you more what you are, because the more you have, it allows you to do more good. And I can honestly say now, after so many years in business, I've literally had conversations with thousands of people about money and prosperity. And I always like to ask people, if you had all the money you wanted, what would you do with it? And it's very consistent what people will tell you, right? Every single person has told me some version of, if I had all the money I could ever need, I would do more to provide for my family, my kids, right? I would give back to my community or my church. I would want to contribute to important projects, right? Important works. And so what I really believe is that when individual people prosper and when their businesses prosper, they're going to do amazing things with that money from a place of prosperity. So helping people thrive has just been a huge passion of mine, not only because I've learned how to thrive, but also because I remember what it was like when I didn't. And I just know how important and valuable that is. Right. So the first question that people ask us is, what is prosperity and how is it different from abundance? Right? Because they kind of can get a little confusing, right? So the thing with abundance is to understand everything is abundant. Everything, right? The question is whether or not you have an abundance of what you want or an abundance of what you don't want, right? So you can have an abundance of problems or you can have an abundance of solutions, right? You can grow a garden and you can have an abundance of weeds, which I have done sometimes, or you can have an abundance of the fruit and flowers that you want. So prosperity is a combination of a mindset of abundance and practical financial skills, practices, and individual efforts that are governed by universal laws. And essentially what that means is that Prosperity occurs when you start channeling abundance into more of what you want. Right? Now, the universal laws are really basically the universal laws that govern the flow of energy. Okay? So if you think about laws that you've heard of, like the law of relativity, the law of attraction, law of magnetism, law of gravity, right? All of these govern the flow of energy, laws of vibration, laws of resonance. They're all about the flow of energy. And so the other question we get asked is, what's the difference between the universal laws and God or creator? Okay, well, God is God, right? That's unconditional, pure love energy. That is literally the life force and vitality energy. That is the one unconditional overall energy that flows through everything. Right? The universal laws are created by that in order to help us work with the flow of it. Okay. So it's an interesting thing. I was having a conversation with somebody the other day. So when we really understand, and we're going to talk more about this, the importance of this in growth, that there's only one energy that flows through everything, right? And it's not the universe, by the way. It really is that God, creator, pure love energy. And in Prosper Me book, we define love as life originating, vibrant emotion. And so that's what's really flowing to and through everything. Okay. So when we talk about this, what happens with the conversation about God and the universal laws. Sometimes when things aren't going well for people, and myself included, I'm completely guilty of this, we may feel like God is punishing us, but that's not actually how it works. That is a source of unconditional love. It's actually the laws that we're working against the flow of the energy that are making things harder. So when we begin to understand and have awareness of the universal laws, what they are and how they work, we can start to work with them instead of against them so that we're able to create more of what we want. And so when we're looking at how the laws support growth, there's really four states of mind with growth, right? There's survival, stability, success, and significance. And I believe it was Zig Ziglar that first identified these four mental states, right? And Paula's going to talk about those a lot more later. But our goal is that wherever you are in any of those four states, right, that we're helping you grow through them and expand. So the beauty of this program is it doesn't matter whether you're starting at survival, stability, success, or significance. You're going to learn tools to help you work more fully with the laws so that you can expand that and meet you wherever you are on your growth journey. Right, Paula?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. So one of the things I'm noticing, so Paula has put the link to the program for any of you that are here that may have to leave early. If you want to get more information about the Prosper Me group coaching that's coming up, she's got the link for the website there in the chat for you. Okay. So when it comes to personal growth, one of the things that I find personally can be a challenge for me with growth is getting stuck in where I was instead of realizing where I actually am. So it's also so important to allow yourself to be present to where you are now, right? Instead of just where you came from. And that's almost a day by day practice, right? Because I know that between yesterday and today, I promise you, I've learned several things that have helped me grow more. So my mindset is already different today. My perspective is already different today than it was yesterday. Right? So when we look at Prosper Me, the little M and the big E that you see on the front of the book is to help you really understand also about the flow of energy. Okay. So the little m and the big E work like this. So the little m is matter and the big E is energy. One of the limitations to growth is that a lot of people get in the ego, or if you've ever had this experience of feeling that you're not enough. And what we found is when we look at mindset programs, not enough actually can be a true belief. Because on a deep level, you have the capacity to recognize that if you are just trying to do things all yourself, completely separate from that vibrating love energy, completely separate from being sourced and resourced by God or creator, right? Then you're working with matter. And that's all you've got is just this body. And that's just a collection of cells without that life force and vitality flowing through it. Okay. So we're working with little m matter and that big energy. That's also the mortal and the eternal, right? And understanding that allows us to really be at peace with things, ending even as we're flowing into new beginnings so that we can work more fully with that energy, right? It's the material and the essential. And that is what expands our spiritual reality, right? So the idea here is to help you have more divine light shining brightly and manifesting and attracting prosperity, joy, and fulfillment. And that's what happens when we start working with the big E, with that energy. Or it can get buried beneath the matter of our self-doubt, our fear, and our sorrow. Okay. So our goal in the Prosper Me program is to help release any limitations or blocks that's blocking that flow. So I want you to also think about, in this program, we talk specifically about money, but I also want you to think about time and energy, right? Because we talk about those very similarly to how we talk about money. We say we spend time or we're out of energy. It's fascinating. But here's the thing. When we're working with the laws, the reason the laws are amazing to learn in prosperity is because they're universal. So in this program, we apply them to money, but because they're universal laws, they're going to help you expand prosperity in every area of your life, right? And this is also so important because as we grow, we want to know that we not only have enough money, but what about having a healthy body and a healthy mind? Right? If we have all the money in the world, but we can't enjoy it because our physical body is deteriorating or our mind is deteriorating, then that's still not prosperity, right? Same with relationships. If we aren't bringing things, experiences, and people into our life that really bring us joy and fulfillment, then what's the point? So what happens is in this program, we'll focus on the universal laws around money, but you're going to find that your prosperity will be expanding in every single area of your life. And that's what we want. And so if you find that we're talking about money in this program, but your really driving factor is improving your health, the universal laws will help do that. So it's important to understand that because the idea here is to be able to work with that one energy that's sourcing and resourcing all of us. So with that, what I want to go ahead and talk about is the universal law of true source, right, Paula? We want to go ahead and introduce these. Okay. So in the Prosper Me book, we actually have 35 laws. The universal law of true source is a little deeper into the program. It's law number 17. But when we were planning our program for you today and how to add value, that was the one that really spoke to Paula and I very loudly, along with the law that she's going to talk with you about next. So here's the way universal law of true source works. And you're already hearing me say it, right? So the way the universal law of true source works is very simply this. There's only one true source for everything, right? And that's that big E energy, that's creator God, the universal love for us, right? that is pure unconditional love energy. And when you understand that it's all one energy, and you begin to actually practice and accept that there's only one source of everything, and that's everything that we have and everything that we are, right? We're completely sourced and resourced by Creator of all that is, by God, by that pure love energy. And so if you're looking around and you're like, wait a minute, I've worked really hard for everything that I've got. It worked really hard to be here today, right? Of course. And so it can kind of be a shock when you first really embrace this. But it's also very freeing, because once you actually allow yourself to realize that you don't have to be the source of everything, right? That there already is a source of everything. And all that we're responsible for is giving our best, right, of ourselves, and allowing that energy to flow through us in all the best and highest ways, right? To belong with what's in our life and allow for that to belong with us. It actually takes a lot of burden away, right? But if you have any doubt about the truth of it, look around at everything you have. You can't take it with you when you leave this life. The only thing that goes when we leave this life is our energy transforms. That's it. So once you really accept that you're fully sourced and resourced by this, while it's shocking at first, it really opens you now to more flow of abundance. Okay. Once you begin to open your ability to rely on God as the true source of all abundance, it frees you from attachment to possessions. And it also frees us from any fear of being possessed by anything, material things or energy, or people for that matter, right? So I want to do an exercise with you with understanding this, okay? I want you to take a minute and I want you to consider, like just deeply consider what I've said, that you're sourced and resourced by one true source, okay? And this exercise that I'm going to do is in part related to Course in Miracles. If you've ever heard of A Course in Miracles, I love that program. We have a beautiful, beautiful 365-day program on that in our Quantum Freedom with You to Shine, which is another one of our sister programs to Prosper Me. And so the exercise I'm giving you is actually one that came to me when I was prepping for this class, and it's related to this concept from Course in Miracles, okay? So I want you to say to yourself, put your hand over your heart and just say to yourself, I am free to see the truth of God's love as the source of me, for me, and through me, right? I am free to see the truth of God's love as the source of me, for me, of me, and through me. Okay? Now, take a minute, close your eyes. Okay? I'm going to give you 30 seconds. Get my stopwatch out here. Take a minute, close your eyes. And I want you to repeat this one more time. I am free to see the truth of God's love as the source of me, for me, and through me. I see God in this. And as you open your eyes, I want you to notice the first object you see. And for 30 seconds, I want you to sit there and look at that object and say to yourself, I see God in this. And just allow it to come to you. In what way you see God in this. Just sit with it. Okay. So now I want you to look around the room, pick one more object. Okay. So we're doing this. Maybe you see it in a chair. Maybe you see it in a desk. Maybe you see it in your computer, right? Pick one more object, hand over your heart, and now look at that object and say, I see God in this. And just let it come to you. Okay. So when I was practicing this exercise this morning, I want to tell you some of the miracles that happened when I did this exercise, right? It's very expansive, very freeing, right? So when I did it this morning, I did it on 3 objects in my room. The first thing that my eyes landed on was the computer. Right now, I've been at a at a really cool, I say tech conference, a really amazing conference in San Diego for the last 3 days. That was actually a mix of incredible personal develop, worldwide personal development trainers, right? Lots and lots of people who are at the peak of their industry, right, in business. Just incredible people. Um, that are up to all kinds of amazing things in the world. You wouldn't believe some of the people we met at this conference. And I say tech because there was a lot of information about all kinds of new technologies because there were so many people there innovating it. So when I looked at my computer and I said, I see God in this computer, I immediately tuned in to all the innovation that went into it, all the love of the people that got the ideas to create it, and to create connection, and the solutions that must have come, and all the different generations and iterations and versions of computers that came before it, right? And the joy of what it brings to be able to use this as a tool, right? Really opened up for me. The second object that I landed on was a picture that hangs on my wall. And the picture uh, sits on this particular wall right in front of me where I work for a reason. But it's an interesting kind of picture. It's actually a puzzle that was put together that I framed. Okay. And so this is what I want you to understand about working with True Source and growth. So back in 2018, Chris and I bought our house that we live in now. Now we live in uh, 4-bedroom, 3-story home, and it's just the 2 of us. And a lot of our friends gave us a hard time about buying a house this big. They're like, "What do you need it for?" Right? A lot of our peer group were downsizing, we're upsizing. But anyway, we were real clear when we bought the house in 2018. We weren't buying it for us, right? We were buying it because we wanted a place where we had plenty of space for lots of people to come and visit and hang out and stay, right? Our nieces and nephews were going away to college or graduating, and we really wanted to have a place that they would want to come and be here with us and have plenty of room for them to come and stay. And so we've got the swimming pool out back and the gardens, and it's a really fun place. And so this place was for us. So roll it forward 2 years later in 2020, we had COVID, right? So during the shutdown, one of my very best friends, it's been a friend of mine since we met in 2007, that is closer to where we used to live, and we now live about 2.5 hours apart, called and said, we're at the end of our rope with the shutdown. The kids have had it. My wife has had it. Can we just come visit you and hang out and play at the pool for a weekend? I was like, absolutely, come on, right? And so they came, and it just alleviated so much stress for everybody to just come here and have this huge space for the 4 kids to play in and just be normal, right? So this is what I mean about belonging with things and letting it be sourced through creator through you. But a gift that they gave us, I'm going a long way around the lake for the story, so bear with me. A gift they gave us when they came was this puzzle. And the puzzle is of a dog, right? It's just a big dog in all these different rainbow colors. Well, at the time, we had a golden retriever that we just loved so much that was a service dog. And he had these unusual spots on his tongue. And so when kids gave us the puzzle, what they had done is they had taken this puzzle and put it together and taken a Sharpie and drawn the spots on the dog's tongue on the picture on the puzzle, and then pulled it all apart and gave it to us to put together again. So when I put it together, I framed it. And when I looked at it through God is the source of this, I get to see that people who loved me took the time to put the spots on that tongue. And I get to remember the time that we spent together that was absolutely joyful and wonderful when the world was really struggling. Right? And so the third thing that my eyes landed on was the Prosper Me book. Of course, it's always here on my desk, especially when I'm teaching. So this morning, of course, when I'm preparing is here, right? So the third thing my eyes had landed on was the Prosper Me book. So when we were at this conference in San Diego, Victoria Rader, Vika, the author, was actually doing a book signing there for the books. And one of the things that she was doing that I thought was just wonderful was each person that got a signed copy of the book, she put a personalized message in the front of the book for them. Right? And I just love that she did that. I was there with her at the table helping, with things. And we were talking about it during one of the breaks. And she told me, she said, I'm putting a personal message in the book because statistically, only 7% of people will pick up a book and make it past the first 2 chapters. But I want them to have that personal message because at the very least, if they open the book and they see that message, they'll know that somebody cared for them, right? So what was cool today when I was preparing for this and I looked at the book, that statistic that she shared with me at the conference hit me in a different way. You see, when Prosper Me was written, it was completely channeled through her, right? And it's interesting because she will tell you that she never understood any specific reason or rhyme to why the laws came in the order that they did. All right, so the 35 laws in the book are divinely ordered, but it wasn't always clear as to why. And when I looked at this book through God is the source of it, it hit me as in, oh my God, if 7% of people only will make it past the first 2 chapters, I am so glad that the first chapter is gratitude, law of gratitude, and the second is the law of harvest, right? How cool is that? So now we know at least one little bit of why they're in the order they are, because we have other programs where we put them in different order for different reasons. So anyway, so I wanted to share that with you. And so if you would like to, for fun, go through the next few days, just taking a moment to look at something in front of you and just say to yourself, I see the truth of God's love for me and through me, right? As the source of me and as the source of this. And if God is the source of this, I see God in it. And just practice that as you look around and see if your awareness doesn't expand, if you don't feel yourself literally grow. The other appreciation that I have, and the reason why Paula and I really wanted to share Law of True Source with you today, is when you truly become free from things belonging to you or belonging to a person or even a person, belonging to you. Because don't we say that? My client, right? My child, my spouse, my family, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. My is an important identifier. But when you really feel that other people belong to you, that really creates a lot of constriction of growth and empowerment and freedom, yours and theirs. Okay? Because when we belong, when we have everything belonging to us, right, that actually leads to a pattern of holding on, which limits our growth. Okay? And when we limit growth, we take away the freedom to prosper. And this is all about having the freedom to prosper. So, and if you think about it, having things belong to us or having people belong to us is really ultimately even the foundational belief that can lead to slavery and abuse. Okay. So once you really embrace that God is the true source of everything by applying the universal law of the true source, then you're free to belong with those that we love and respect. And we don't have to belong to anyone. And we don't have to work so hard to get other people to belong to us or belong to our business, right? We get to belong with them. So things belong with us. So we let go of any need to control or to possess, right? So I'm real clear in this house. Right now, the house and I belong with each other, right? And I love it. I'm grateful for it. It's amazing. But at whatever point I'm meant to belong somewhere else in a different space, then so be it. I'm not attached to it. The other thing that I really appreciated more than I ever have in my life of this concept of belonging was this week at this conference, because that room was full of celebrities, with thought leaders, with global innovators, right? With billionaires and multi-gazillionaires. And because I have the deep understanding that I am sourced and resourced by Creator, and so is everything and everyone else, I was in that room that I know even 6 months or a year ago, I don't know that I would have felt like I belonged, but I absolutely knew that I belonged there. And I know that every person that I got to meet and interact with and have an opportunity to contribute to, we get to belong with each other for that moment through that pure love energy. Okay. So this is incredibly freeing for you. And so that was the gift that we wanted to give you today in talking about the universal law of true source, even if you've maybe never heard of it before, and offer to you that you really know what it feels like to belong and to allow people and the experiences and the things in your life to just belong with you, knowing the source of all of it and the resources. Okay. So with that, Paula, I'm going to bring you on and let you talk a little bit about law of space.
Perfect, thank you. So I would like to share you one picture. I will gonna talk about law of space that's somehow coming, but that order to that you can understand more deeply this law, I will give you one picture what would help you with that. Just wait a second, I will find the picture. So can you see this picture? Perfect. So if you think about law of space and growth, you see that plant, what's inside of that lamp. So sometimes we're feeling that we have like limitation to grow. And in this picture, you can see like the space to grow is limited. So what happens in our life, we try to grow, we try to do different things, we try to grow our business, we try to grow our finance, we try to grow our relationship, we try to grow our health and different areas and spirituality in our life. But if the space where we try to grow all of this is always same size, how you can grow more? So we need more space in order to grow more. Maybe you can understand it when you see that picture. So what happens in our life if you start to growing our business or our prosperity and space is already full? So order that we can grow our financial situations, we start to lacking some other areas that we have enough space. So our health could go broken when we start to growing our financial situations, or we broke our relationship when we're growing something else, because space is limited. So what I want you to understand is that actually space is limitless. We have all the space, but inside of us, we have like a thermostat. There is like a set, this much you can grow, not beyond. This is okay. But if you growing your relationship in this level, you have to lower your health or money or some other areas of your life. And if you start to grow them, you have to lower others, because you have thermostat what's saying, this is what you can get. And like beginning, Marla shared that we have like 4 states of prosperity. And first it's that we are in the survival mode. So we always like struggling in different areas. It could be in some area we succeed, but we still are survival mode in our relationship example. So survival mode, we still have to like struggling. It's money or relationship or health or our work. But in some area we still struggling. And that's our thermostat, that like our ancestors have go through so much struggle, so we could feel that I can go beyond that. And we repeat that. Or our thermostat can be in that level of stability. We have enough money to buy food, pay bills, and we have an okay relationship, maybe okay health. But if we want to grow beyond that, we start to like sacrificing some other areas. And the third stage was succeed. So if our thermostat is in succeed level, we start to thrive more than if we are in stability mode. But still, it can't grow like just beyond that much what we want. There is still like limitation. But through this, like Marla talked about, there is only one source. It's only one source for everything. So there is actually no limitation how much we can thrive, because everything comes from that one source. But the limitations is in our head. What is possible to me? And it's like we probably can't see how our thermostat have set. But like if we get that much money where our thermostat is, and if we go beyond that, we get more in some months. It could be that happens that we get bills, unexpected bills to pay, that we still have same amount money end of the month. So that's our inner like thermostat, how it works. And if we start to like, what's the English, like turning on that thermostat like more. So it's
turn it up.
Turn it up. Yes, thank you.
Turn it up. You got it.
Yes, but probably you understand it. So we usually start it like in 0 and it start to go all the numbers up. So like if you're driving a car, you start a speed of 0 and then you go faster. But same when we start to grow, we have to start the speed and growth states where we are now. We can start like in succeed if we are survival mode. It just doesn't happen. So even we have to like growing step by step, it doesn't mean it has to take a long time. So when we start to do more space for us, and we start to do more space to our mind, but it also we can do more space to our environment. So when we start to putting things in new order, that start to bringing abundance and prosperity in our life. But that also usually means like chaos is one thing what's blocking abundance. If we have like everything is chaos in our mind and in our house and in our environment, but chaos is also what create that growth and abundance, because we have to transmute the energy, do some changes, and that's what we do through the chaos. But it's not like it's all area of our life, but just little chaos, we can create something new and new situation. So space is like you need space in order to do change. But when we put in that space, if that space is like radiant, like love and light, it starts to create that like more abundance, more money, more prosperity in our life. So because there are only one source, but if we use that space to putting like things what we don't want more in our life, that's what starts to growing in our life. So you want to use that space wisely. So you want to use, like Mala talked about in that book, the first law is law of gratitude. So if we use gratitude and put it that the space what we use, it starts to growing more things what we can be grateful. So start to create space using gratitude in your life. That will help you grow that kind of space what you want more in your life. But we want to do some healing around feelings what we could have, what's blocking us to growing more in our life. So Mala, if you start with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So one of the techniques that we use in the Prosper Me group coaching is called Free Me EFT. And so you all may have heard of EFT. It stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. Through You to Shine and Victoria Rader, we have actually refined and created a specific type of EFT called Free Me EFT. Right. And it is the technique that I'm licensed in, and Paul and I are both licensed in to practice and to teach. Because of all the different versions of EFT that I've been exposed to since 2010, it hands down is the best. Okay, so we want to take you through, because we really wanted to add value to you for this workshop today. Whether you choose to continue on with us or not, we want you to prosper. Whether you come to our workshop and go join another program, we want you to prosper. So our goal is to add value to you today, okay? So we want to actually take you through some Free Me EFT. The other reason why I love this technique and modality so much is because what it does is, if you think about emotion as energy in motion, that's the energy that flows through our body. So what happens when we suppress an emotion, which we'll do a lot, right? It gets stuck or trapped in the cells. And then it's holding on, and it's there, and we'll feel it. But that actually then now is blocking the full flow of the energy. So with the Free Me EFT technique, what we're going to do is we're going to unblock and release that stuck, trapped energy so that we can actually very quickly create change and bring in something new. Okay, so that's the goal. So the other reason I love it is it in 2014 was actually approved by the Veterans Administration, because like I mentioned, my husband's former Army, by the Veterans Administration as a technique that can also be used to work with traumatic stress. So this is an incredible technique to use during stress, and we're going to take you through 2 sessions using this technique to help you out today. All right. So here's how it works. You're going to very gently tap, right? Just take 2 fingers and you're just going to gently tap. You don't need to bruise yourself. You don't get any extra points for doing it too hard, okay? And I'm going to show you points on the body along the Chinese acupressure meridians, where we're going to gently tap as we focus on a particular concept or feeling. Okay, and as we focus on that while we tap, we're going to be able to open up and free that stuck energy from the body. Okay, now the way that this works is when we take a word that has a lot of charged energy for us. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to tap on the word money. Right? Money can be a very charged word for a lot of people for a lot of reasons. Right? We either have, we feel like we don't have enough of it. Maybe we feel like somebody else has too much of it. Maybe we feel like money leads to greed. Maybe we feel like money leads to evil, right? We all have experiences, good experiences with money, bad experiences with money, right? Experiences with other people's money, or observing or judging how people use their money. There's so many different emotions around money. And so when we even pick one word like the word money and tap through it, what we're actually doing is we're releasing the charged and stuck and emotional energy that we have connected to that, to free it from the body. And then, unique to Free Me EFT technique, we'll go to the heart and we'll actually affirm back in what we want to take its place. Okay, so you guys want to play? You game to play? Cool. Oh, and also want to acknowledge real quick, Nicole, while we were talking about law of true source and law of space, posted some beautiful comments. Thank you so much, sweetheart. She says, I love your house and you and Paula and Prosper Me. We so appreciate you. And when I worked with the law of true source for 2 months, our income increased by 47%. You go, girl. That's awesome. It does make a difference. Okay, so to use the EFT technique, I want you to first make sure that your feet are connected to the floor. So think like an electrical circuit. You want to ground it, right? We need to ground before we move this much energy through, okay? Or if you're like me, I'm 5'2", I'm short. My feet don't reach the floor really properly in any chair, so I have a step stool. But your feet have got to be connected, both feet connected to something so that you're grounded, okay? So now the points I'm going to take you through, we're going to take you through a point at the crown, at the back of the head. Okay, there's this right at the kind of that soft spot on the back of your head, inside the eye, outside the eye, under the eye, along the orbital bone, under the nose, the chin, the collarbone, and then under the arm where a bikini would hit if you were wearing a bikini top. Okay. So when we talk about money and all the different experiences you've had throughout your life with money, right? Maybe your parents were good with money. Maybe they were terrible with it. Maybe they fought over it. Right? Anybody ever have parents that fought over money? Anybody ever have fights with your spouse or your kids over money, right? So I want you to think about all the energy, all the feelings around money, and close your eyes. Just tune into your body. And as you connect to all the different experiences that you've had about money, and all the different feelings about money, notice inside your body, where is that energy? Where does it feel like it's trapped or stuck or maybe heavy? Where do you feel it? Right? Some people feel it in the pit of their stomach or their shoulders, maybe the throat or the head or the chest constricting, or maybe you just feel it everywhere. Just notice where you feel it. Okay. And now, as you're noticing that on a scale of 0 to 10, with 0 being, I have absolutely no feeling for this at all the way to 10 being like it goes to 11. I have so many charged emotions around money trapped in my body. Right? Just let us know if you would in the chat what your number is or where you're feeling it. Okay, so money. Just observe that inside your body. Paula, what's your number today?
Today I get 6.
Okay. I'm at a 7. I've got somebody here who's 10 in the heart. Wow, that's a big one. Okay. All right, a couple more. I hear a 3, an 8. Okay, so we're pretty charged up about money. 4 in the chest, 8 in the back of the throat. Okay, so that gives us a good idea where everybody is. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to set up. So I want you to go to the karate chop point on the back of your hand. Your feet are connected, and just tap here gently on the back of the outside of your hand. Just tap here with me, and just repeat after me 3 times. Even though I have all this to say about money, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I have all this emotion about money, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I have all this energy around money, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Okay? Right to the top of the head, just very gently tapping money. And it doesn't matter which side you choose. If you're really losing your mind like I do sometimes, you can do both. Okay. Right? Inside the eye, money. And feel free to say the word aloud as we tap. Outside the eye, money. Under the eye, money. Under the nose, money. Chin, money. Collarbone, money. And under the arm, money. Okay, back to the top of the head. All these feelings about money. Inside the eye, any and all fear I have about money. Outside the eye, all the different things I've experienced and said about money. Under the eye, never enough money. or that costs too much money. The nose, money. Chin, all these feelings about money. Collarbone, all this energy around money. And under the arm, money. Okay, now sit for a minute. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and blow out. And take another deep breath in and blow. Breathe out. And as you do, I just want you to feel that energy that was stuck just start to dissipate or fall away. Okay, now I want you to reassess. Look in your body again. And we say money. Is it still there? Or has your number changed? Feel free to share with us in the chat. Is it in the same place? Did it move? Did your number change? What about you, Paula?
It's now 4.
Awesome. Mine's now at a 3, which is amazing because we're paying taxes right now here in the US. Okay. Went down to a 4. Great. You guys noticing that it's gone lower? A 3. Beautiful. 3 in the root chakra. Okay. All right. So we're going to do one more round because we want to clear it completely. Okay. So everybody's number came down and it moved. That's awesome. See how easy that was? You are masters of moving energy and you didn't even know it. All right. So we're going to go back to the outside of the hand. We're going to set up one more time. Even though all this remaining energy around money, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though remainder of money, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though any and all remaining stuck or trapped energy or feelings about money, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And back to the top of the head. Remainder of money. Inside the eye, remainder of money. Outside the eye, any and all remainder of energy around money. Under the eye, all this remaining emotion about money. Under the nose, any remaining fear about money. Chin, remainder of money. Collarbone, remainder of money. Under the arm, anywhere in my energy, anywhere in my body, remainder of money. Okay. There you go. Paula's yawning. If you feel yourself yawning, that means that the energy is actually moving. So that's a really good sign. It doesn't mean we're losing you. It actually means the energy is shifting. Okay. So take another deep breath in. And we're going to go to the back of the hand. I want you to notice between the ring and pinky finger here, there's a point called the gamut point. We're going to tap right there gently. And as you're tapping on that point, I want you to hold your chin level parallel to the floor. And we're going to actually roll your eyes because that's going to help reset some of the neural pathways. Okay. So as you're tapping, you're on this point, I want you to roll your eyes all the way down to look at the floor while keeping your chin level like you're stretching them. Okay. So we're just going to tap here, remainder of money. Now eyes look forward, remainder of money. And now roll the eyes all the way up as high as they'll go, keeping your chin level like you're stretching them. Remainder of money. Eyes back down. Any remaining trapped energy around money. Eyes forward. Any remainder of fear about money. Eyes up. Any remainder of feelings and emotions about money. Eyes back down. Remainder of money anywhere in my body, anywhere in my energy. Eyes forward. Remainder of money. Eyes all the way up. Any remaining energy, any remaining feelings about money. Okay, now take another deep breath in and blow it out. Okay, and as you're breathing in and out, just let yourself just observe how the energy just kind of dissolves or dissipates. Just let it fall off. Okay. All right. And so now I want you to put your hand over your heart. Okay, and we're just going to firm in. I know what it feels like to have plenty. I'm thriving, I'm prospering, and I have plenty. I'm free to thrive with money. I'm free to thrive and prosper with money. All of the money that flows to me and through me is sourced and resourced through love. All of the money flowing to me and through me is sourced and resourced from love. Okay? I'm free to prosper. All right, so now take a deep breath in. And notice again how differently you feel. Okay? Okay, we're going to tap in one more because it came in really loud for you guys. I'm free to belong with money, and I'm free to allow for money to belong with me. Okay. All right. So, Paula, I know you've got something you wanted us to tap on today as well.
Yes, thank you. That was amazing.
Thanks.
So we're gonna do other round because today we talk about like grow and the limitations, what we could have for that grow. So I want you to think about frustration, feeling of frustration, any area of your life. It could be money, it could be relationship, it could be your work, it could be your health, it could be anything. But if you just close your eyes and feeling, if you just say frustration, so where you can feel that energy and how charged that energy is. If you just tune in it could be in different parts of your body, or it could be like in one spot. But just feel it. If there is what's blocking your energy, like flowing freely, and there's like that frustrations, what blocking that energy flowing, where it is and how charged that is. And you can put in the chat how charged it is. Like Jiro, I don't have that frustration at all. And 10, it's like it's so bad that feeling that I can't even move forward. It's keeping me so stuck. So what's your number is today for this? Because that frustration blocking us to grow forward in any area of our life. So Marla, what's your number today?
Right now it's about a 5. I just got in last night, and so I hadn't had a chance to unpack. So you're talking about chaos, trying to find things like my charging cables and my glasses this morning. A lot of frustration.
Yeah, and that's the feeling what's have different in different days in our life. It depends what happens around us.
Definitely.
So mid back, right side 10, so really charged. 6 in the chest. So yeah, it's really charged energy today. So we want to start do more space today and release that feeling of frustration. So we're gonna start from karate point, tapping, and say, even though I have this frustration, I deeply and completely loving and accept myself. Even though I feel so frustrated, I deeply and completely loving and accept myself. Even though this frustration in my body, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. So we're going to continue at the top of your head and just repeat after me. Frustration. Inside of your eyebrow, frustration. Outside of your eyebrow, frustration. Under your eyes, frustration. Under your nose, frustration. Chin, frustration. Collarbone, frustration. And under your arms, I'm so frustrated. So top of your head, I feel so frustrated. All the frustration anywhere in my body, anywhere in my mind, anywhere in my actions. I'm so frustrated. I don't know what to do next. I'm so frustrated. this frustration. This frustration. I don't know how to release this frustration. I'm so stuck. I'm so stuck in this frustration. Okay, and take a deep breath into your nose and out through your mouth. So if you tune in that feeling of frustration in your body, how charged it is now? Is it going down or is it same? Is it changing the place where it's in your body?
Mine's gone way down to like a 1, and a lot of tension moved out of my shoulders. My shoulders are finally coming down.
That's amazing. And it looks like others, the charging going down. That's amazing. Okay, but we want to take rest of the charts there. So we're gonna use this point. What this is? Scale.
Gamut.
Gamut point. Yes, thank you.
Gamut point. You got it.
Thank you. Okay. So you just say any remainder of frustration anywhere in my body, I deeply and completely let me accept myself. Even though I still have frustration, I deeply and completely let me accept myself. Even though I'm stuck to this frustration, I deeply and completely let me accept myself. And top of your head, any and all remainders of frustration, any and all remainders of frustration anywhere in my body. Outside of the eyebrow, any remainder frustrations in my mind. Any and all remainders and shock of all the situations that I have feel frustrated. Any remainder of frustration. Chin. Any remainder what reminds me from frustration. Any remaining energy that I'm so frustrated. And any remaining energy that I'm frustrated anywhere in my body, anywhere in my mind. And take a deep breath in and out. So we're gonna reset this. And we're gonna roll our eyes. You're gonna first roll your eyes down. You keep your palm to the same level than the floor. So you look down first and say, even though I still frustrated, looking forward, any remainder of frustration, and looking up, any remaining energy of frustration in my life, and looking down, any remaining energy of frustrations in my life, and looking forward, any and all remainders of frustration in my body, and looking up, any remaining energy of frustrations of my growth, and looking down, any remaining energy of frustration, and looking forward, any remaining energy of frustrations that I grow too slow, and looking up, any remaining energy and frustration that my growth is stuck. Take a deep breath in and out. And put your hand to your heart. So we're going to affirm new energy. And you can close your eyes. And I know how to grow without frustration. My prosperity and abundance grow through love. I grow, I love, I prosper. And just feel how that energy coming, that new energy coming to your body, in every cell of your body. And just take a deep breath in and out. Yeah, that's releasing so much frustrations, what we have had in our life. And that's helping us to growing more in our life.
Yeah, I now can go calmly bring order to the chaos.
Yeah, true.
Okay. Thank you. Anything else you want to share about that, Paula?
No, I think that was what I want to bring today.
Thank you. It was amazing. Okay, gang. So we wanted to close. One of the things that's part of our Prosper Me program is, believe it or not, there's also a universal law of celebration. And it's really important to celebrate your wins. And so part of our program is making sure that we're noting the places where we're winning and celebrating those. One of the reasons for this is that we're working with reticular activating system in the brain. And anytime that we write down something that we're celebrating or write down a win, we're actually allowing us to work with the energy of our mind to create more of those and to look for more of those. So the more you celebrate, the more you're going to have to celebrate. Right. So we wanted to share some of the celebrations and wins that our clients and students from previous program have sent to us. And so I'm going to put my glasses on so I can read these to you. Okay. So I took the Prosper Me course from August to January, and I recommend it very highly. It is absolutely priceless, incredible mindset shifts and actionable steps. The miraculous value the course provides hundreds times exceeds the investment. It positively affected not only my finances, but also other areas in my life, such as certain relationships and my health. So that's amazing wins for that person. Then I've got probably the biggest shift from this course was integrating the belief that I am enough. I didn't think so in so many ways. So that's also a huge, huge, huge celebration. Law of funding fun was huge for me. Now I had the money to take trips with friends without feeling guilty because I already had set the money aside for that. Okay. So from one of the folks that is teaching theta healing courses, she wrote, since the course, I have been asked to do more theta healing courses than ever before. I've learned to watch my spending and to tithe. I've saved more money than before and have clear goals for how I spend my savings. I've also been given the tool of Free Me EFT technique to release emotions from the body, mind, and energies. My feeling of gratitude has increased and I'm happy with my life. Okay. Another one, I have organized my budget and made so many changes, but I'm noticing that others around me are also changing. I'm receiving so much support and being heard. I've cleared my debts on my credit cards. I also have more money coming into my account to cover monthly outgoings in order to not run into debt again, with some left over for myself, which I never allowed myself to have before. I was previously big into self-sacrifice. And I've opened another account today to split the earnings so that I can see where I am on a monthly basis, but have it all working in all areas. Whereas previously, I had no idea where my money was, and I didn't even want to know. So these are some of the amazing celebrations that our clients have shared with us. And we have many more and many more to come. Paula's putting up the slide for you guys. So just so you know, this 35-week course is $3,500. We actually have it starting on Wednesday, March 27th, and we've got one little bit of incorrect information here on the slide, Paula, no big deal. But the early bird price of $800. Yeah, no worries. Early bird price of $800 is on until when, Paula?
Yeah.
When do they have to register to receive the 800?
So 800 will be available for you on 26th of March.
Okay, so right up until the 26th of March, if you register now, you're going to get a $3,500 course for $800. And we're bringing this to you because we really value you, we value your time, and we want to give everybody an opportunity to thrive and to prosper. And so you will be able to find out lots of more information about us, about the course, about the Prosper Me book and the founder of the course, Victoria Rader, at prosperme.net. And so we hope to see you there. And of course, feel free anytime to reach out to Paula or me and ask us any questions. We're here to help you and support you. And we're so grateful you came on today. And we just really appreciate your energy. And we love you guys so much.
Yeah. And what I want to share, what's the Prosper Me program is, it's 18-week program where we go through like all the 34 laws, what's in that book. So like deepening that understanding, like today we talk about like 2 laws, but in this course we go more like deeper And we also gonna use Freemi EFT to release all the charted emotions what we have. So we're gonna talk about that. You start to understand how this have shown in your life and how you can start to do better. And also we're gonna release the feelings what we have, that we can go beyond for that level what we are already. And of course, because we need the action step also, that we also like putting all these in our life. So we're gonna give also in this course action step what help to apply these in your life.
Okay, we got a question in the chat here, Paula.
Okay.
Question is, how long are the Zoom sessions? So, hey, Paula, can you put yourself back on screen so we can see you, love?
Yes.
There you are. Thank you. Okay, so the 35-week course, each session is going to be for an hour and a half. It's for 90 minutes. Okay, and we'll go through 2 laws because, like Paula said, there's 35 laws. The course is 18 weeks, so we'll go through 2 laws per week. Plus, we're giving you a bonus session. The sessions will be recorded, and you will have lifetime access to those recordings. And again, we really want everybody to have an opportunity to thrive and prosper through this program. And so your participation live is incredible, but we know that over a course of 35 weeks, there's going to be times that you can't make every single live session.
18 weeks.
Okay. Thank you. I'm glad we're here to help each other with the numbers. Okay, so the 18 weeks, you will have access to those for a lifetime. We're not going to pull those away from you. And what we're finding too is that each time people go through the program, they open up even more flow of prosperity. So we have graduates from our first group coaching for Prosper Me that are going to be in this next one already signed up, right? And they're going to have lifetime access to both sets of videos. So the amazing thing about that is you can then go back through and revisit things. You'll be able to have all the different tappings and healings that we do, in addition to Freemi EFT technique. Paul and I will bring some other healing techniques into the sessions as well that we've been trained in to really help you get the most out of it. We also have a Facebook group where we'll be sharing wins and celebrations, answering any questions, and making sure you have access to us because different questions come up. We also will post activations. What an activation is when we really bring in the energy flow of a particular concept and charge what normally would be just a plain affirmation with that energy, so that when you read it and experience it, you actually feel it come in to your body to bring the new life force and vitality in with that. And so it'll really help to activate the virtues, because we know too that the more that we're expanding and growing through all the different virtues associated with this, the easier it is to work with the laws. And so that's what we're going to be bringing to you with the course. Anything to add to that, Paula?
Something comes to my mind. But it also goes already. But okay, now I got it. It was like you don't have to have practice any like healing modalities, or you don't have to have knowledge about how to prosper or nothing. So we're gonna guide everything in that class. So it's just that you follow up and do the action step. That's enough.
Yes, absolutely. Another question, do we order the book and journals for the course from Amazon? Yes, absolutely. The book is an amazing tool, and it really is the manual for the course, which is phenomenal. And so each chapter, when you go into the book, each chapter is one of the universal laws. And so, this course is like anything else. If you work it, you'll get a ton out of it. The more that ideally, and again, everybody's not going to be able to do it every week, and that's okay, but you will get more out of it if you read the chapter that for the laws coming up each week. and actually do the exercises. We will give you an exercise at the end of each law to practice to implement. Because the other thing we very strongly believe in is that we can change and shift the energy. But if you really want to create lasting change, we change and shift the energy, and then you immediately apply it to the action that you're taking in life. That makes everything work, because you take that shift and you go apply it. It's going to really work through all your neural pathways and create the action in the world that's going to lead to manifesting the new expansion of prosperity for you. So that's a very important part. So there will be action steps at the end of each session that we give you that are simple, just like the one I gave you today. Simple things for you to implement to start using skills and tool sets with money as well. All right. So yeah, definitely reading the laws in the book before the sessions, revisiting them when you need to, right? Coming on with us, taking the action and celebrating the wins each week will make all the difference in how much you get out of the course, for sure. Okay, do we have any other questions? We're going to just stay for another minute, and I think we've about got it.
Yes. And I will send you the email that you can get the link to the course. So if you want to look at that, so I will send that, and I will send the recording also for you.
Awesome. Yeah, so you will have access to this recording as well, and feel free to open it back up and see if there's anything in it that you're guided to that can help and support you. That's why we do this. Right.
But what we really wish is that you start to prosper and you start to take action step, that you can thrive and prosper in your life, in all areas of your life.
Absolutely.
So thank you all that you was part of this
Thank you.
webinar. It was our pleasure.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. We really appreciate you spending your valuable time with us today, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.